Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And I'm back with another match built up that Arsenal fans, United fans are all up to watching and really waiting to see who is really going to win this game of football. Because if City loses, Arsenal benefits and United benefits. If City wins, none of the teams benefit because Arsenal is now 5 points ahead of City. If City wins, they are closing Arsenal to 2 and they're extending back their 5-point lead ahead of Manchester United. So as it stands, none of those two teams really want City to win. They want City to lose. That's it. So it's very rare to find Arsenal fans supporting supporting Tottenham, because this is a North London derby rival, and it has been like this for very many years. One of the oldest rivalries we've seen in world football, and Arsenal fans don't want it to happen like that. But as it stands, looks like City is coming at a stadium that they've taken close to 4 years without winning here. They've not won here for 4 years. Last season, it was even worse. They never won any of the games. At Etihad, they are beaten by 3-2. At the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, they were beaten. Was it 2-0 or 2-1? So it has been always a bad visit for Man City at the stadium of Tottenham Hotspur. And let's wait and see how everything is going to go on and pan out tonight at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Smash the like button, comment and share. Rokan David is my name. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel if at all you're watching us for the very first time. And today is the last match day. Yesterday, 8 games were played. Right now, there is a game of football that's taking place. It's the 9th game of the 21st match day. Nottingham is leads by 1-0. And Kyler Navas has made his debut. I've seen even Jordan Ayew has come on through to play some minutes. But we are left with like 2 minutes of the added time. And it's a free kick being floated, or going to be floated into the 18 yards box area of Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest has been really a very good side at their stadium. It's rare for them to lose, but they rarely even score goals away from home. I think they've only scored 2 or 3 goals away from home, and they've not won a game away from home. The best they've done is to get a draw when they're playing Bournemouth. I think that was last weekend. That's when they got a draw. So guys, let's get into the confirmed news of these games. But remember, Antonio Conte is not on the bench. He has not yet traveled back from Italy to see to it that he really gets back to London after undergoing a surgery on his gallbladder. Now, the starting 11 of Spurs is as follows. They're having Loris, they're having Romero, Dyer, Davids, Royal, Hojberg, Bentancur, Perisic, Kulusevski, Son, Kane. Substitutes include Foster, Sanchez, Lenglet, Sesegon, Pedro Porro, the new signing, has been to the bench, Yevis Bissouma, Skip, Danjuma, and Richarlison. That is the starting 11 of Tottenham Hotspur. So they've brought in every gun they have to bring in a win of Spurs against City. Now let's go and see how City has really gone ahead to line up. They're having Ederson, Lewis, the 18-year-old, Walker is the captain, Akanji, Nathan Ake, Rodrigo, Bernardo Silva, Mahrez, Jack Grealish, Alvarez, Haaland. The substitutes are Ortega, Moreno, Ruben Diaz, Phillips, Gundogan, Laporte, Kevin De Bruyne, Gomez, and Peroni Palmer. Now, as we discuss a lot about what is going on at the side of London where this game of football is going to take place, I would like to hint about one of my biggest disappointments, Yevis Bissouma. You know, this is when you get to know that it was not a manager's signing, it was a club signing. Because Yevis Bissouma, for the previous 2 seasons in the Premier League, he has been one of the top best CDMs that we've seen in the Premier League. But Spurs has signed him. He is really nowhere near good. And I believe he's one of those players that if Antonio Conte remains the manager of Spurs, he will tell the board, I want out. I want out. And there will be very many teams willing to really get him. I think even Brighton can really sign him because they're going to lose Moise Caicedo. Instead of going in for Haidara and very many others, they can go ahead and really sign him in because he was a very good player. And as it stands, I think no team can even offer 25 million pounds that they bought him from Brighton because he has not been playing game of football. And on what criteria or yardstick would you base on to call for amount of money more than 20 million pounds? So I believe Spurs really did a very bad job for themselves because there are very many signings that have really suffered not getting enough playing time at Spurs because they are signed by Patrick is the sporting director of Spurs. Dejan Spence is one of those that is really suffering from that, and he was loaned to Rennes in France. I think if I told Memphis Besuma, I would have asked to be loaned because the summer is coming close. When you loan me to a team, I play close to 5 months there. If I pick up my form, then I can find myself a team that I can even offer Tottenham Hotspur close to 40 or 50 million pounds because Yevis Besuma was a very good player. I support United, during that time when we had not brought in Casemiro, close to 2 seasons, we were urging and shouting out loud for Yefis Besuma on the list of CDMs that we should go on and really bring into the club of Manchester United. That shows you how good he was. Arsenal was on the ladder to sign Yefis Besuma. You get the likes of Liverpool, very many huge clubs all over the world were really wanting to sign the player, but because it was really, 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 really bad, they never really signed him and went to Tottenham Hotspur. And I think it was a move that the agents hurried to make. If I were an agent of Yefis Besuma, I would have gone ahead to play my last year at Brighton. Then I crossed to a team that would have wanted to take me because very many teams this summer would have gone in for a CDM. Look at Arsenal. They're looking in for a CDM. One opportunity would have been there. They would have said, Yefis Besuma, you're a free agent. Come to our club. We are going to get you a side of £250,000 a week, and you're giving it an fee of like £10 million. Come to our club. You get? It would have gone like that. But I think the agent made a very poor decision because he was lied to. He was lied to that the player was going to get enough playing time at Tottenham Hotspur. And by the time they signed him, you wouldn't even think that Conte would bench him. But Conte is going in for Bentancur and Hojbjerg. But I believe all those combined, Besuma Yevis has a better quality and talent than all of those. Tyler made for the Premier League, good passer. He has the energy, good short range on him. Everything on him is perfect. Press resistant in that midfield. His pass progression is out of this world. He wins tackles, he wins blocks. I really feel pity for him. And I believe this thing is going to be rectified in the summer because it's said that this guy might stay or not stay depending on the Conte situation because it looks like Conte is not interested in these players. And he was making a statement to the board that don't ever sign me players. You should bring in players that I really want. Dejan Spence, £25 million from Middlesbrough to Spurs, not played. He's not played until he was loaned to Rennes. Yevis Besuma, £25 million from Brighton to Spurs, not played, not getting enough playing time. But the likes of the Bentancurs, the Kuluzeskis he signed, Richarlison, every player he signed, the Perisic of this world, they are really getting enough playing time at Spurs. So as things stand, I believe it is really something that everyone would really be mourning about. That is Yefis Besuma. Again, today, he has made it to the bench of a team known as Spurs. Let's go to the systems that these teams are really going to use. Let's start off with a team called Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur have really gone in for a 3-4-2-3-1. It's their usual system that I don't really believe in. I don't like it. By the way, I hate a manager who really plays with a back three. That's it, because that means you are killing off one position in the midfield to really sacrifice, or you're sacrificing one position in the midfield to bring in another third defender. So, Hugo Lloris is in goal, Mr. Calamity, retiring from international football. I think the announcement was made like 2-3 weeks ago. Then the back three has Romero playing on the right of the three-man central defense. Then Dyer playing at the center of the three-man central defense. Davies on the left of the three-man central defense. Now, Emerson is the right wing back. Then Perisic is the left wing back. Hojbjerg and Bentancur are playing as a double pivot in this. Then Kulusevski is playing as a right winger or a right attack midfielder. Song Hyun-myun playing as a left attack midfielder with Harry Kane leading the line. I believe in Spurs, especially when Kulusevski comes in through. And every time he has been out, you've seen Spurs struggling. Even the game they played City at Etihad, you saw that Kulusevski was the spark of almost every goal that they really scored. And Harry Kane, each and every time he's in, at least you expect some industrious innovations from this Swede left-footed guy. And he's really good. He's really good. And if at all today the game is in his hands, he can kill it off. He can kill it off, and he can complement well with Harry Kane and Song Hyun-myun into the attack of Manchester City. But what is the plan going to be for Tottenham Hotspur? Because their manager, Antonio Conte, is away. His assistant is the one in charge of this game. Now, we don't know whether the assistant was the one responsible for all the tactics. We might see something that used to happen in Spain between Diego Simeone and his assistant. Every time Diego Simeone was suspended and he was not eligible to lead a game of play on the touchline, and the assistant came in through, Atletico Madrid played one of the best, beautiful games of football I've ever seen, or you've ever seen, or you'll ever see. But when Diego Simeone comes in through, they go back to their pragmatic way of playing football. So let's wait and see which style of play Spurs is going to come on with. Are they going to go toe-to-toe with City, or they are going to decide and really play their usual football of sitting behind and then hitting them on the break? Because every time you want to hurt City, you have to go ahead and play that ball past their central defense, central defense. If I told you go past them, then everything would like to go on as follows. Now, Pep Guardiola, shocking all of us, going in for a system of 3-2-4-1. Guys, I had never seen this before. And look at this. Look at this triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 players in this triangle, meaning that he's really trying to put in numbers and compactness in the midfield, and obviously let Mahrez and Grealish explode in the wide areas, and obviously feed Haaland into the final third of the pitch. Now, they've gone in for Ederson as the goalkeeper. The 3 defenders include Nathan Ake, Akanji, and Kyle Walker. Then we are having Lewis and Rodri in the double pivot. Mahrez, right winger. Jack Grealish, left winger. Julian Alves and Bernardo Silva playing into this role behind Haaland, meaning that these two are going to be responsible for hitting Haaland. Then Haaland is leading the line. Now, this system is really ridiculous for me. I don't know what you guys think about it, but I don't fancy it. It's like a different system altogether I hate, because for me, I hate the system of 3 defenders. But as things stand, it shows you that they are really ready to come in and really get this job done and dusted. But when you look at City, they're not having Kevin De Bruyne. What does that mean? Because you come in here without Kevin De Bruyne, what would be your plan? Because Kevin De Bruyne, to me, is the best midfielder in the world. According to me, I don't know, according to you, who he is, but look at the bench. They're having Kevin De Bruyne on the bench. So I believe that maybe he's thinking of I think he's thinking of surprising Spurs. And if you want to beat such teams, you have to surprise them. You have to surprise them with a very weird system like you see that of Pep Guardiola is coming for, because they might have gone in for a 4-3-3 system and Spurs will and fragment it. But guys, the guy has come in with a system that is really horrible, and let's wait and see how everything is going to go on and happen. But I know Google sometimes really goes wrong. The system might be a 4-3-3 with Nathan Ake playing as a left back, Akanji and Kyle Walker in the central defense, then Lewis playing as a right back, then Rodri, Bernardo Silva, and Jack Grealish playing into the midfield 3, with Alves playing as a left forward, Haaland leading the line, and Mahrez playing as a right forward. But let's go to the substitutes and see who is having an edge of really changing the game and really defeating the other as far as it stands. When you look at Spurs, they're having Oliver Skip, Sanchez, Richarlison, Danjuma, Sessiogon, Fraser Foster, Pedro Porro, Lenglet, and Yefis Bissouma. Now, when you look at the bench of Spurs, I think the players that can come off the bench and really change the game of football are Richarlison, Danjuma coming in through, signing him on loan. A player who had even completed his medical at Everton. He's now playing for a side known as Spurs and scored on his debut. Then the other one is Pedro Porro, right winger, but he adds a lot to the game going forward. And I think if it's Bissouma can, if at all he's brought into the midfield and is in a fine shape, he can. But we look at Man City, Ruben Diaz, not really. Calvin Phillips, not really. But starting from Ika Gundogan, he can change the game of football. Kevin De Bruyne can. Who else? I think those two can. They can. And this guy, Carl Palmer, can also come in through and really change the game of football for a side known as Man City. But worryingly, I think they are missing a player, the English young lad known as Foden. They're missing Foden, according to me, because he's really one of those players that has gone ahead to put in numbers. And maybe there is some uncertainty between him and the manager of a club known as Man City. So smash the like button, comment and share. And thank you for watching in. I'm having Nalapa Amisi. She's telling me, is she all here? I don't know. Amisi. All right. I think City is winning. All right. I think a win can go to any of those sides because the record does not favor City, but City might be in a better shape to really go ahead and really haunt them. But yesterday we saw to it that Arsenal went ahead and lost to Everton, a team where they last won 6 years ago. So it shows you that records are always kept and always put there in reference to what is happening at that particular club at that particular time. But it's going to be a hard game. That's it. It's going to be a hard game. Thank you for watching in. Smash the like button, guys, comment and share. And let's go deep into the analysis of this game. When you look at the Premier League table, it shows you that every team would fancy a win today. When you look at Man City, yesterday Arsenal lost. Arsenal losing just puts them in a position of dominance, or if at all they really win the game of football today. Arsenal is having 45. You get 45. Arsenal is having 50 points. Man City is having 45. They win today, they go to 48, 2 points behind Arsenal. Look at Spurs. Spurs is 6 points behind the top 4. Newcastle is having 40 and Man United is having 42. Spurs have a chance. If they win their game today, they can go to 39. When they go to 39, that means they're just 1 point behind Newcastle. And one will say, but they would have played one more game than Newcastle. If at all they win that one game, I've seen these games in hand. You get choking very many teams. They've choked very many teams. So I don't think that you would cross the bridge before you reach it. It's always good to really say, I've crossed the bridge after really crossing it and reaching at its end. But the moment Spurs puts in this shift and really win, obviously, they would have closed down Newcastle and they'll be 1 point behind the team placed in the 4th place. With the results coming in from teams like Liverpool and Chelsea, I think Spurs is really a very huge contender to win or go in the Champions League because Liverpool lost yesterday, Chelsea drew on Friday. That means they're in a perfect position to find themselves in the Champions League if at all they can really keep winning and obviously displace Newcastle because it looks like Manchester United are really on a very good run that they cannot be caught. So Spurs needs to see themselves winning this game of football and Man City. But when you look at City, the other reason as why they have to win this game of football is the next games they are really having. Their next games, they're having Aston Villa. After playing Aston Villa, they're going to play Arsenal. You get? You wouldn't like to play Arsenal when you've lost to Tottenham Hotspur. That means if Arsenal beats you, it will stretch back that lead to 8 points. Something that you wouldn't want, especially when Arsenal have a game in hand, because if Man City plays today, they are going to be at and lose. They would have played 21 games, and Arsenal would have played 20. Arsenal is playing Brentford on the weekend. I know they're going to win that game of football. After winning it, it will call in for very many other things altogether as far as this game of football is really concerned. So I believe it's really going to be something hard for Man City, and they wouldn't like to lose this game. You lose this game, you play Arsenal, and Arsenal beats you, 8-point gap will be the difference created in between you and them. So I don't see a team of Pep Guardiola trying to lose this game of football. It's hard for them, but I believe City can really take it away. But even Spurs can. Spurs can, because the records are in their favor. But obviously, we'll come in here and see what would have happened at the end of the game. Ahebwa, John Bosco, win for City. All right, you're predicting a win for City. Then I'm having DJ Denix. I think Spurs can win it. All right, this is DJ Denix. Spurs also have a chance to win it. I don't rule them out. I believe this game is there to win. It's there to be won, according to me. Then Serwanja Robert Mokalazi, live from Dubai. Thanks for the show. Thank you very much for watching in. Thank you very much for watching in through. People from Dubai. It's always nice having you on this channel. Now I'm having Ojambo going in for the unbelievable. Odiambo Moses is predicting that Spurs 8, Tottenham Hotspur 0. Has anyone had this weird thought in his mind? Have you really had it? Has any of you had this weird thought in his or her mind? Because I don't see this happening. It's going to be a tight game, according to me. Very, very tight. And I worry for City for not getting in a player, Ruben Diaz, whom they had built their defense on for a very, very long time. He's on the bench. I don't know whether he's not fully fit, but in such games is where I really like Ruben Diaz to be part of the game of football. And I believe you can't really do the needful and really not put it into consideration. I've seen Kyle Walker saying that Man City needs to take yesterday's result into consideration, meaning that they are all focused on a win today. They are all here to win. They are not here for a draw or a loss. They are only here for a win. Now, I'm having Serwanja, Robert Mokalazi, or Diambo is dead dreaming. But any result in the game of football is possible, because I've watched very many games go astray. I don't recall that season United beat Arsenal by 8 goals to 2. And by the time Arsenal got a red card, Arsenal had beat them. By the time Arsenal got a red card, United had put 6 goals past them. Then, when the red card came in through, Arsenal conceded more to take the lead to 8. That was a total annihilation. So, there is a thin line between a score being narrow and a score going weird. Let's not rule out that. It can also be possible, but it's really minimal. There are minimal chances for this game to end 8-0 in favor of City or 8-0 in favor of Tottenham Hotspur. But we saw Man City putting 6 past Manchester United. In my understanding, I believe United is a better team than Tottenham Hotspur. So, if City comes out and capitalizes on its chances, they can totally annihilate Spurs. Spurs has to keep a lot of defensive discipline. You saw what happened at Etihad. Spurs came in through, scored 2 in the first half. City came in the second half and scored 4. So, anything can be possible, and I don't rule out any result, because Spurs are having calamities from the goalkeeper. Their captain is a calamity. You watch the game Arsenal beat Spurs 2-0 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and really get to know that they lose that game because of the goalkeeper. If Ramsdale was in the goal of Spurs, Spurs was not conceding any goal from Arsenal. And if Hugo Lloris was the goalkeeper of Arsenal would have conceded close to 4 goals, because Ramsdale made 3 worldies in saves in that game. So, Mr. Odiambo Moses, you might have your prediction, but it's really way wide off the mark. But I believe in the game of football, everything is possible. There are minimal chances for this game to end 8-0 in favor of City or Spurs, but it can go that way. It can go weird. It can go weird because we've seen games of football really go weird like that. City came at Manchester United, I think it was in 2010, and they beat us by 6-1. That's how games go unruly. Anything can happen. I think Bayern Munich put 7 past. Was it Arsenal or Chelsea? One of those teams. So I think anything can happen. It can happen. It can happen. I'm having DJ Denix. Moses is just joking. I remain DJ Denix from Chiriandongo or Chiriandongo Masindi. Thank you for watching in. But I think it's good to have a thought like he's having because he believes City has the potential and the muscle to go on and really haunt that Tottenham Hotspur defense. I believe Arsenal, if Nketiah was clinical, would have scored 5. Would have scored 5 because Nketiah had 2 keeper to beat and there was another chance. Who else got it? Was it Saka? So I believe anything can happen. Anything can happen in this game of football. So thank you guys for watching it through. And Odiambo Moses, we respect your decision, but I think there are minimal chances of the game to go to that level, but I believe that result can also happen. Kutesa Hussein, Man City 3, Spurs 1. All right. Thank you, Kutesa Hussein, for watching in through. Then we're having Fazel Baguma. Anything can happen with a draw. All right. But I know Arsenal fans and United fans, they want. Me as a United fan, I want Man City to be beaten. Yes. To me, Arsenal rather takes the title than City because if City wins the title this time round, they would have gone ahead to equal our record of winning the Premier League 3 times consecutively. Arsenal rather wins it. I don't want to see City win it, and I believe Spurs might really get a result today of a draw or a win. It's going to be a hard game for Man City. However much Man City is fighting in for the closure down of Arsenal, even Spurs know that Newcastle drew yesterday to West Ham. And they're having 36 points with Newcastle having 40. If they go in and win this game of football, they'll be 1 point behind Newcastle. So it's another reason for them to put in a shift and really work hard to find themselves getting 3 points. So let's wait and see. Antonio Conte being away might be a very huge factor that might either drive these players to work hard or not, because he's the tactician, but his assistant that has worked with for very many years from Chelsea to Inter Milan to Spurs now is in charge, and he trusts him to go ahead and really do that. So we are waiting to see how that's going to drive the players. The players of Spurs might really say to Conte that, all right, Conte, let's give you a very good result to really wish you a quick recovery. And I believe Conte might have held a video call with the players of Spurs and told them, please, just don't tell me quick recovery. My best quick recovery is to go all out and win that game against Man City. That's what Conte will be calling in for. Smash the like button, comment and share. And let's get into this comment. Amotorenikire, Stefan, Spurs 3, Man City 1. All right. Let's wait and see how everything is going to go on and really go on and end. I'm new here. Can I watch the game live from here? I won't lie to you that you can watch the game live here because we don't have the rights to broadcast the game live on this channel. That's it. Then I'm having Faxel Baguma live from Saudi Arabia. You great man. Rokan, thank you for watching in. Thank you for watching in Baguma. It's always nice having you to this channel. And don't forget to smash the like button, comment, and share. And if you're only watching us for the very first time, guys, subscribe to this channel. Subscribe, and don't really stop supporting this channel by really doing the subscription bit of it. Now, let me end the poll and see how you guys have really gone ahead to really predict how this game is going to go. So, 43% are predicting a Spurs win. 40% are predicting a draw. And 15% are predicting a Man City win. Oh, guys, you think City? I think if I'm to put it in percentages, City winning 30%, Spurs winning 40%, 30% a draw. But I believe Spurs have an edge But if they don't have high level of defensive discipline, City is going to beat them. If they defend like how they defended at Etihad, they are done and dusted. They are going to be put to the sword by City, and obviously they lose that game of football. So thank you very much for watching in through. Nalapa, thank you for watching in through. Amisi, Aheba, John Bosco, thank you for watching in. DJ Denix, thank you for watching in. Serwanja, Robert Mokalazi, thank you for watching in. Odiambo Moses, nice having you to this channel. Serwanja, Robert Mokalazi, you are always great. Moses, DJ Dennis, thank you for watching in. Kutesa Hussein, you are just nice. Fazel Baguma, you are really magnificent. Then Stefan Mutorekire, thank you for watching in. Katende Faiswali from, where I don't know, but thank you for watching in. And Faxel Baguma from Dubai. It's always nice having you onto this channel. There is someone asking me, Kutesa Hussein Rokani, Dusan Valhovic is better than Nketiah. Kutesa Hussein Mobende. Obviously, you can't put Dusan Valhovic. You can't put Dusan Valhovic in the same statement with Edin Nketiah. Valhovic is a far much better striker than Edin Nketiah because he offers you a lot. He's a very huge striker, good in the air and good on the foot or on the floor. He takes on players. He has a very good skill set, better than that of Edin Nketiah. I believe you put Dusan Vlahovic in that game, Dusan Vlahovic in that game of Newcastle of Everton yesterday, I think Arsenal gets a result because it gives you options of really going high by crossing those balls. But Arsenal rarely crosses or do crosses in the 18 yard box area of the opponent because they know they don't have headers of the ball that are really great. But Vlahovic brings all that to your game, and I think he's better than Edin Nketiah 100%. Then we are having Lucky Eddie. Thank you, Rokan, for the updates. Thank you, Eddie, for watching in through. And one love, bro. Always nice having you on this channel. Thank you. Rokan David remains my name. Don't forget that after this game of football, we are going to return, guys. We are returning, guys, to give you what we call the match reaction and highlights. A sign out for now. See you later. Let's watch the game. After it's done, we are going to be back and see who would have won or taken all the 3 points or dropped the 3 points. I'm out.